Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. This is breaking news again. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Today, I'm going to talk about the re-signing that left a lot of Colts fans with mixed feelings. I would say the least. But for me, honestly, I'm happy Big Mo was back. Mo Ali-Cox has just re-signed with the Indianapolis Colts on a one-year deal. And to me, I feel like it's a prove-a-year deal. Honestly, I feel like he's a good contribution to the offense of what he can bring. Now, in the receiving game of catching the football and things of that nature, a lot of people may think otherwise, but I think his veteran presence in the tight end room and his blocking and the way he executes in the blocking game is a good boost to have going into this lineup into the next season. Now, of course, a lot of people are thinking the direction of the Colts should be to draft a tight end. Now, of course, this signing has nothing to do with the future of the tight end room. I think his veteran presence is needed. Of course, why am I saying that? Because if you look at the free agency moves, a lot of fans wanted to go out there and make a move at tight end anyway, a veteran presence at tight end. Some people were talking about Zach Ertz and things of that nature. In the past, of course, a lot of Colts fans wanted a veteran tight end for years now. Of course, a lot of this may be, a few years late. But even though with the departure of Kylan Granson, Mo Ali-Cox's return, I think he was probably the best blocking tight end in the room that we had. And bringing him in can also not, hinder the fact of the draft process of what they got going on in the future for the draft, which is a few weeks away. The Colts can still go out there and draft a tight end in the first round, even though that is still a lot of mixed feelings about that as well. But there's a lot of tight ends available in this draft that can boost this offense from what it looked like before in the tight end room. It can boost the tight end room tremendously. There's a lot of good receiving tight ends. Of course, I feel like they're still going to leave a hole in the tight end room. I feel like a lot of tight ends are available. It's not a lot of dual threat tight ends. A lot of tight ends can't do a lot of run blocking and receiving. There's pretty much the same pickle. I think there's like maybe four tight ends out there that are out there early that you can grab that could pretty much do both. But honestly, Mo Ali-Cox, like I said again, is the most experienced. He's a vet. He can run block as well. And I think that helps going into the future because I don't think you want to throw a rookie tight end out there in the wild early. I think you want to get him to build up, with experience, get his weight up as well, and then start to throw him out there instead of just throwing him out there in the fire because he has to see Will Anderson Jr. two times a year. He got to see that Texas defensive line two times a year, that Titans D line two times a year, the Jaguars D line two times a year, the AFC South trenches probably is the best trenches in NFL all around in general. I think that's the most when you look at defensive lines and offensive lines, both cores are always consistent and pretty dominant on both sides. Now, of course, that doesn't reflect on the record, but if you put the D lines and offensive lines up against anyone in the AFC South, a lot of teams are going to choose the AFC South because they're gritty and they're pretty much hungry. They're probably the most polished across the board on both sides, the offensive line and the defensive line. So just throwing a rookie tight end out there in the fire is going to get you burnt. So of course you got to have a veteran presence and some guy with some type of experience in blocking to have out there, and then have your tight end out there as well. And to be honest, drafting a rookie tight end, I honestly don't think he's going to get all the reps anyway. So you want to have a guy out there that's pretty much experienced and good at run blocking and draft a tight end to go out there, get his reps, but he's not going to get all the reps anyway because he's a rookie. So he's going to be on reps restrictions regardless of the situation. So having Mo Ali-Cox come back, of course, there's better options out there. I get it. But a guy that's a Colts guy that's already been in the room already under Shane Steichen, knows the scheme, and is pretty well at blocking as well. I am not mad at the move. Does his contract hinder the roster spots? No. Does his contract hurt the salary cap and the money that the Colts have already? No. It's a pretty decent deal. Of course, the contract's going to come out later, but they signed this guy pretty late in the process, and it's on a one-year deal, so it's not going to hurt that much. And if we're going to debate contracts and money, Daniel Jones' contract is worse than Marley Cox's anyway. So I'm fine with Marley Cox coming back to the roster. Veteran tight end presence, pretty good at run blocking. Still doesn't affect the tight ends in the draft process of what we're going to do. I'm pretty sure they're going to draft the tight end anyway. But like I said, having him back, of course, it doesn't improve the tight end room, but it still is pretty dominant at run blocking, and he knows what to do. He's a pretty big guy, pretty hefty, and he's good at run blocking. So I'm not mad at this move at all. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section about this move. How do you feel about Ali-Cox coming back? Did you want somebody else? And who would you draft with the first pick at the Indianapolis Colts? Would you draft the tight end? Would you go D-line? Would you go corner? What would you do exactly? Let me know all these things in the comment section. This is Culture Shock. Until next time, I will see you guys. Peace.